Hey, ¿qué pasa, Calexico? Welcome back to the podcast. Like always, before we begin, I want to thank a couple of people. I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank my anchor sponsors, Camilo, Sergio, Jake. Thank you guys for sponsoring the podcast. Also want to thank Dylan Castillo from Castillo Bookkeeping. And I also want to thank Dents on Border. If you have any dents on your car, make sure you hit up Dents on Border. I'll take care of that. Also want to thank David Gastelum. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home in the Imperial or San Diego counties, make sure you contact David. His phone number is 760-235-9576. He's not only a realtor, but an investor with over 20 years of experience. And lastly, I want to thank my friends at Sergio's Tacos and Hotdogs, serving the Imperial, San Diego, and Yuma counties with the best Mexicali style hot dogs and taquizas in Imperial Valley. Make sure you contact Sergio at 760-562-0057. Sorry, it's a little bit early for me today, but I went to bed like around 4:30 last night, so I'm a little bit slow this morning. But today we have a returning guest. We have Reyes, Quintin, Chunkies, or Riche, and Ferny, and together they are a part of Sweet Orange. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Good morning.
Hey,
good.
I didn't change that stupid name. Wait. I made this account like a year ago, probably never went back.
So what's up, guys? How you guys doing? I know it's a little bit tough with the pandemic, but how are you guys doing overall?
As good as we can be. You know, just been working. You know, jobs, music. Literally it.
Anybody else wants to chime in?
Quintin, what's up, Quintin? What are you doing, man? I don't know, because I feel like there's a little lag. So I feel like if someone else talks, and we're gonna be like, wait, what? No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, pretty much the same. At least being raised, same thing there with work, music, and just band related stuff like that. Music merch and a lot of cool stuff like that. A lot of good stuff coming up.
Have you guys been practicing during the pandemic?
We practiced
There's been a lot of
twice?
individual.
Yeah, I guess individually would be the thing, but together maybe like a couple times.
Okay.
We did it once at Ferny's house, and everyone was like in the corner of like. Everyone was like somebody was in the living room, someone was in the kitchen, and the other one was in. So yeah.
We went live for that, huh?
Yeah, we went live for that. So maybe we did it one more time at Mark's studio, and I think that's about it. But like, kind of hard to get together right now because of due to certain circumstances, but somehow, some way, we just try to like do what we can or make the best of it, because it's really kind of tough right now to be doing anything really.
I remember the last time I met with you guys. I think we were practicing at Ferny's house, and I could hear it from my backyard, and that's when I told Quintin, "Hey, you guys practicing?" Like, yeah. I was like, "All right, can I come over and interview you guys?" But yeah,
was that this year?
No, that was
before the whiskey of last year too.
Yeah.
It had to have been before.
That episode was like I think 61 or something. It was like your first one of that year, and it was talking about before like we went to Drake Bell to open up for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we remember talking about that a lot during that episode. You guys were gonna play with Drake Bell. So was that like your last like big live performance?
I think so.
Yeah, big, definitely.
After that, we just came back down to the valley. We had a bunch of shows, like maybe like what, like
we had like two.
It was like around 5 or 4.
We played the Ricochet.
San Diego one.
We played Ricochet like a day before. We
played Ricochet. Yeah,
it was
that's right, Ricochet.
Our very last show was Inferno, actually.
Yeah, in March.
That's still a thing.
Right.
It wasn't even like a pandemic, and like So we played a show with a bunch of people, and apparently Corona was already a thing.
I remember seeing that, and I was like, "What? I mean, how is Inferno still like holding like events if like when like I mean it had just barely started, but you know the pandemic was like a thing, but it was like really early. But yeah, I was like I remember like seeing like people were like a little bit separated, and like some of them were wearing masks and stuff like that. But during the pandemic, you guys are also recorded a new album, right?
Oh
Yeah.
We recorded our Off the Grid album, and that was a bitch to do as well, because it was just not so much. I think it had to do with time, really. Like, it's just to get everybody on the same page, to kind of go in at certain times, and then afterwards to put the album out. We had all these other ideas that just kind of took forever, and then we said, nah, like it has to be this year. Like in 2020, it has to be 2020. So November came, and we're like, all right, that's it. Like, dude, it's two more months, and that's it. And yeah, it came out right on November. Does anybody know the date?
I believe 27.
27?
Yeah, it was on a Friday.
No.
Wasn't it like the midnight?
Point was it was 27.
It dropped like Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
like on the 27th.
But I mean, I think we were able to do it, you know, because of the pandemic. Because like, if this didn't happen and shows didn't stop, I don't think we would have done the album, because I think we would have gotten like overrun with a bunch of shows like we did the year before. Like if you remember in October, it started with Oktoberfest, I believe, and then after that, like every single weekend of October was a show. So we were just like consistently back and forth. So I think this year, 2020 was going the same way, because we started getting shows from San Diego after like the San Diego show. We got more shows at the Brick and a bunch of random other shows that were still coming up. So obviously pandemic came and they were like, well, no shows. So then we had more time. We worked on more music and we finished music, and then we just, you know, practiced it and then did the album. So like,
yeah.
It gave you the, you know, it was a plus about the pandemic for you guys, that you guys were able to spend some time and, you know, do all this stuff. And it's crazy because, like, if you think about it, do you know who else put 2 albums? And it might kind of sound dumb, but I mean, you could tell that they took advantage of the situation. Was Taylor Swift, which is, you know, Taylor Swift is a like huge star. So like, you know, if you guys think about it, you know, you guys are the Taylor Swifts of Calexico. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, think about it, like, you
know ourselves that.
But think about it, you know, you took advantage of, you know, this bad situation, and you know, you produced something that's pretty cool. Because I was listening to the album last night, and yeah, like, I mean, you got to take advantage of situations like this where like you're at home, you can spend more time writing, and I know did you guys record the album at Redline Studios?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rocky from Redline Studios, Redline Scenes. If you want to know more about Redline Studios or Redline Scenes, check out episode 70. You know, I actually got to talk to them. I think it was a little bit before the pandemic, and yeah, pretty cool group of people over there at Redline Studios and Redline Scenes. I mean, obviously Redline Scenes is a little bit shut down right now because they can't, you know, put out any concerts. But yeah, pretty cool group of people over there. Can you tell me, where does the title Off the Grid come from?
And that's on you guys.
Okay.
Want to say it?
Yeah, I want to say it. Bro, I can say it, or fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I think how it came up, first of all, how was the thing what's one of the things that I think was harder to come up with. Like, I think that was the hardest thing. Not even coming up with songs or titles of songs was harder than coming up with an album, because I didn't want to call it something for the sake of, or call it like, oh, dude, let's call our debut album Sweet Orange. It's like, nah, fuck that. Like, I don't know, it's just not me, you know. But I think the Off the Grid meaning kind of has to do with where we're placed at, like where we live. No one really knows we freaking exist. We're like not even on the map or something. So it's like totally completely off the grid. So that kind of, the album cover, the artwork kind of complements that, because it's like, well, You got if you've seen the album cover, it's the background is kind of like a zoomed in like map. So like a little zoomed in version of the map. So you see California and Nevada, I think. So you see all these places. You see Vegas, LA, San Diego, and what's ironic, I think it's cool that the little sticker at the bottom right, it covers the Calexico, the little drawing. It covers it. So I'm like, oh, dude, look at that. Like, we still don't even exist. Not even on this freaking cover.
Not even in our own album do we exist.
Exactly. I was like, dude, I didn't even notice that gets covered. But I was like, I think that's pretty cool because it kind of, to me, like as a viewer, be like, oh, that's something. But what does it say? Like, you know, so. The whole point of everything being so everybody knows about all these places, and then like we're just down here, like a freaking small ass border town, and then I'm like, all right, so I'd say it wasn't like a thing that I said, like, man, dude, have you ever noticed that it's like off the grid? And everyone was like, oh, like no, that's not how it happened. I just think it's just came like naturally because it was more of whose idea was it? I think it
was my dad's.
Yeah, like he said
suggestion.
It, and then I just went more into thought about it. I went more into thought about it. Like that makes perfect sense because it's like we are like a town, a band of people that are completely off the grid. Nobody knows about. Nobody like our existence doesn't happen or whatever. So it kind of I think it fit it like I think it fit the first album title for sure. Because of all that, like explanation. So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I didn't because I was reading the article. You guys, it was written about you on the Calexico Chronicle, and I did see the part where you guys talked about the artwork and stuff, but I don't think they mentioned the actual album name, like or the background for the album name. So yeah, that's a pretty cool concept to kind of like see like where we're from and how it, we're in the middle of nowhere and nobody really knows us because, I mean, unless you're going to Mexicali or whatever, you drive by here. But other than that,
like all they know Cher, and she doesn't even like this place. So
who?
They only know Cher.
Cher's from
she's like El Centro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew.
I think it was like drive by and it's like, bro, I gotta pop this kid now, and then they just stop in Central and they just keep going. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. Donald Logue is from El Centro as well.
Who?
Donald Logue. He's the. Have you seen Gotham?
Oh yeah.
He's the.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that actually.
Yeah, he's from here too. He's been back in the 90s. I mean, he's been in a lot of movies, but I remember back in the 90s he was a little bit bigger than he is now. But yeah, he's a good actor. He's from El Centro.
And then I guess here in the Valley we also got like Royce Freeman and stuff for the Broncos. So that's awesome.
That's
too.
right.
So that's cool.
Huh? Is that dude still playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running back.
He is.
Yeah, he doesn't play much, but. I mean, yeah, he's good. I mean, he's a good player. He just, I don't know. They have a lot of running backs for some reason. They have Griffin that was from the Chargers, and then Lindsey's the other guy. I think his last name is.
I don't remember. I only know him from the Broncos. The Broncos haven't been a thing in like years.
yeah. I'm a Broncos fan, so it kind of sucks that this year we kind of suck. So, do you guys have from this album? Do you guys have a favorite song?
Yeah.
Yes, we all do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. Which ones do you guys want to go around and see and tell which one's your favorite song?
Yeah. My favorite is Almost There because we wrote it like it was one of the weirdest songs at the beginning we wrote, and it was just like we were all just sort of there. It was just cool. I think that's what like Sweet Orange was at the time. Like when we started, like that song just is like what it is. So I just like it for that reason.
Damn. I just want to add that Almost There was already made by the time I joined the band. So when I learned that whole like structure of it, I thought it was like, what the hell is going on? But it turned out to be pretty damn good. Pretty damn good of a song, you know. But aside from that one, I have two, and it would be Suppressed Riot, mainly because I don't know, just straight through. I just think it's a really chill song, and I really love it. I think it's like one of the more consistent ones, like from the beginning to end, and that's what I really like about that one. And the other one I have is Breaking Out, just because I don't know, I just think it's really fun to play.
I would say that my favorite song is, well, I said it last time, but I like it because whenever I think of Sweet Orange, like that's the first song that comes to my mind. I don't know, I just think of that song as like a Sweet Orange song, and it's kind of like the song I show people, like if I want to show someone our music, I always go for I Like It or Almost There. So yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
Mine would be American Idiot, because I think that one really talks about something, you know? Like,
Bro, I remember when we wrote American Idiot, dude, we were like so political. We were like so like, oh,
Whose idea was that 9-minute long song?
yeah, oh man, like give us credit. We made a 9-minute long song. We made two.
oh, you mean Bohemian Rhapsody and Master of Puppets? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even though Bohemian was like 6, I think. But yeah.
Those are like, that's not my best work, so I think I'd have to go with like Spoiler on Children, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like the other ones, you know, like all right, like people love.
Yeah,
it.
no one's gonna listen to a 6-minute track like on the radio, you know, like who listens to Bohemian? Spoiler on
It's like a cash grab, you know. So it's like, all right, it's just
exactly.
We're gonna listen to it. We're gonna make money, you know. So
Yeah.
it's all about money.
It's all about selling out.
I think that understands what sarcasm is. By the way, I gotta put it out there because you'd be surprised.
Yeah, for sure.
For real.
I think no, but in all seriousness, I know that Spoiler on Children is my favorite, simply because the way the song is built, it's a fast one. You know what it talks about, like I said in the newspaper, like I love listening to music that has meaning to it with whatever someone has to say about it or someone says in the song, like in the lyrics. So I just kind of listen to that more, and it's kind of hard for me to concentrate musically when I listen to music, but I just have to hear what they have to say first, and then like, all right, and then I'll just listen to it again. But
yeah, you can't just give it to them all easy. You have to make them think.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
Yeah, I think my favorite, and especially after reading the article, was I Like It, because it kind of it sums up the article pretty much, because you guys are saying like you really don't care what you guys are doing it for the music. You really don't care about all these other things, and especially like when people talk about the band or whatever, you're like, fuck it, I don't care, So it's like I think it kind of like sums it up, like you guys' attitude, especially the song, kind of I even the last time I talked to you guys, I really enjoy your music because it kind of takes me back to when I used to listen to Green Day or Blink or Sum 41 or all these groups that I used to listen back when I was younger, and that song kind of like takes me back to that as well. Just the beat and how it's played. But yeah, I thought that that's my favorite song of this album.
I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people, like in our posts on Instagram, they comment and they're like, "Wow, it's so cool to hear like this kind of music, like 90s kind of music up in like the 21, I guess." So it's like it's really
one guy.
Yeah, like
one guy I remember like wow, I'm scrolling through and I just like took a time warp to the 90s real quick.
Yeah, and it's not even just one. There's like a couple people saying that, like not even just on like the recent posts, but like on posts like of other songs, like they just like it, or even in person sometimes they're like, "Damn, like, your music takes me back." Like it's crazy. Even when we were first recording with Redline, Luis was like, "Oh snap, like that's cool. Like your sound is like old school. It's like early Green Day kind of stuff." And so it's like a lot of people know it, and it's cool.
I want to add that like it really makes sense that our sound is like this because, you know, us four, it's kind of just in our roots, you know?
Yeah.
So like, it kind of just makes sense that our debut would have this type of sound.
Yeah.
So
and I mean, like we mentioned,
we're really happy with the result.
Yeah, definitely. We mentioned that I guess we want to change our style too. Richie has been writing a lot of heavier stuff, so we just go with it too. And we have our input towards it. So like the newer stuff sounds a lot heavier, sounds cooler. It's very different, I want to say. So it's like cool new like sounds are gonna start coming out. You know, more influences other than just Green Day and Blink. You know.
Mm. And what's your guys' writing process? I know Richie's. I don't know if he's like the main writer.
Which is the bigger one on the music.
It's like, you ever seen Scott Pilgrim? You ever seen Scott Pilgrim? You know, like Steven Stills. It's like if they were like a little name underneath it, it'd be like
the talent.
Yeah, the talent. Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like honestly, it's really funny because we can compare ourselves to like Scott Pilgrim characters because like Richie would be the talent and Reyes literally fits in like with Kim. If like she's the drummer because she has like so much energy and everybody always points out Reyes' energy on stage. You know, like dude, like Reyes had me jumping like holy crap. You know, it's like we are.
I've never heard anyone say that, but wow.
Yeah, they always tell us. I'm surprised. You know, so it's like you know.
And when she's not on stage, you're just like I'm just like what's up.
He's just there.
You know, just like him.
I thought Ferny was the energy in the band.
Ferny was the energy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's sarcasm again.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah.
We all have our moments. We all have our moments when we shine. That's great, you know. But I mean, yeah, writing process that mainly has to go to Richie because you know he's the he look at him.
You know, Richie with some lyrics.
No, but yeah, I mean, I think I take over in the whole writing process. And sometimes I feel like as much as I say I'm like, hey, let's like have a song that everybody has like the credibility to write up lyrics, and I think Quintin's mainly the one that tells me like, because dude, you have this way of writing that we like you go somewhere with it and we're like, oh wow, yeah, we have something completely different.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I come off as like hypocritical, I guess, because I'm like, oh, like I want some ideas and stuff, and then it's like at the end of the day, it's like, all right, here's a song, and then they're like, oh, well, I mean, okay, like, cool, and then, but I always do put out the lyrics, and I'm always like the type to be like, should I change something? Should I change like a verse or a chorus or a melody? Like, so. But usually the majority of the time is when I show like what the song would be about. It's mainly like, oh dude, that's sick for like We're Not Punk, because it's like, yeah, We're Not Punk is like something I have to really think about how to describe it. But We're Not Punk talks about one thing, breaking out, talking about like a two perspective type of like conflict. Spoiler on Children talks about, it makes it sound like I wanted to make it sound like I'm talking about like today's like generation of kids, how they just come off as like, I don't know. It's like
it's spoiled.
Like we used to play in the
it's today's generation.
Right. Like
the name.
We used to play in the dirt back in the day, like, and we used to play in the dirt, and when they would tell us to go inside, it'd be the end of the world. Now you take somebody's tablet away, it's like the end of the world. So it's like, it's kind of indirectly talking about that, but not really. That's what I mean. Like, so it's kind of like a double entendre type of thing.
Tell them what the original title was, like the project name that we called.
Man, dude,
you said it at the whiskey, I think.
Yeah, I called out the whiskey. I was gonna call the song "Fortnite Kids," but I was like, nah. I thought, oh, that's way too like. Oh, like he's talking about like fucking kids. I remember that Spoiler on Children song. I said it a very long time ago. I said the title of that name a very long time ago. And it was like after like the whole White Walls and Paradise era, I guess. And then it was in the Almost There era. So it was like Almost There and Spoiler on Children. And I remember somebody, I think Ferny was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I don't like that. I was like, I know why he would say it because it sounds kind of corny because it's like, oh, spoil rotten children. But I was like, I don't know. It just stuck with me. Like I just saw the name and I was like, I don't know. And we left it at that. But I was like, well, I guess it's a project name because for now, because I thought like, oh, like Fortnite kids. But I'm like, that's even more trouble.
I feel like all our project names just become like the real like.
I was literally thinking the same thing. I was thinking every single project, like we're like, oh, this is just a project name. This is just a project name, and then it's just like later on, it's like, yeah, it's just like that's what it is.
Every song in that album was a fucking project name. We never changed it.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that made the final cut, and yeah, I like to take the writing somewhere more than just like, oh, let's talk about fucking how I'm staring out the window right now and like the trees are swaying and it reminds me of my childhood. And then the next song is like you're pissed off again, like what? Like what the hell's going on? So I just kind of like to have a theme to the writing process. Like it has to do with something all the time. Like there's always a behind the scene or like a backstory. I don't want to get too into it because
how often do you sit down and write, or is it like do thoughts just come out to your mind and then just what's your writing process?
I've tried it. I figured out that sitting down literally and thinking what to write about, it doesn't work. Like I've tried it and I can never come up with something. I think that as the days go by, I just kind of start thinking like I always have a topic. I always have like, I know what I want to talk about. I know what I'm going to say. I know what I want to express or whatever. I know what I want to do, but how I'm going to do it. Like, I don't like the whole, unless it's appropriate, I guess. Like I like it was the most straight up I can get to like something. So I think that's why too, like I start thinking, damn, like maybe when I really just go like right at it, that's when people are more like, yeah, like this is cool. But other than the whole lyrics thing, I know the song is catchy in itself, so that helps out too. But sometimes I'll just be sitting and I'll think of a phrase and I'll write it down. Boom, I write it down and then I'll have them scattered around. Like I never got to experience like the actual pen to paper, so I just use my notes like on the phone. So I just start typing, and before I know it, like I have a melody to it, and I'm like, okay, how am I gonna fit these words into this melody? Damn, the Reyes like leave or what?
Yeah, I guess he had a bad connection.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like it's just I'll be like, how can I make this? How can I fit a melody into this? Because I really like this lyric, or how can I switch it to make it fit a certain melody? So sometimes I like to say. Or I always talk about how I'm like, oh, like sometimes I just write the music like this, but I really don't because I may come up with like some sort of lyrics, but I'll tweak them here and there. But the whole writing, like I'll write them, yeah, but because I already know what to say, but then I'll just change them around and then I have to come up with a melody and then how to fit it, where to put it. So yeah, that kind of does take a toll on how like everything's gonna sound. So yeah, it's just like the whole writing process just has to come to me, like because I've tried sitting down. We've tried sitting down all together and coming up with lyrics. It's just really hard to like force it. So when it's really forced, like nothing good comes out. So I learned that it just has to come naturally.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to have something come out like that, especially when like you have a specific writing style. That's usually when we just let Richie do lyrics like on his own. Like we'll have input when it comes to the sound of the music sometimes and stuff. But when it comes to lyrics, Richie has a specific way of saying what he wants to say because we've tried to help him. But like the way we say things just doesn't work sometimes. Or he'll take it and he'll reword it to something as if he was going to say it, So mainly writing process when it comes to lyrics, him taking like everything because of a certain process. He just explained it. It's a big process, But sound, it's like we can all sort of have something in there,
Yeah. So you guys write the lyrics first and then the melody comes afterwards?
I think music comes first for us.
Yeah.
No,
it should always be. Oh shit! I threw over my desk. Dude. It should always be like lyrics first and then the music. But I just have a bad habit of making music, and then I'm just like, here's what I listen here's what I hear if I were to listen to this song anywhere else or by anyone else. So I just kind of like sing along to it like if it was like an instrumental type of thing. So it works for me better. It makes it a little bit easier. To some people it's harder. Like I need to have lyrics first. To me, I just much rather have the music structurally built already and then have the lyrics to it. Like I had a recording of Spoil Rotten Children, just the first half. Like I had just the first half and I had lyrics to it, and then the second half, boom, like non-existent because I hit a brick wall. I just didn't know where to go. So
we brought that song back. You know, it was just one of those songs that was just sort of there, and then we brought it back, and then it became what it became. You know, once Reyes added his cool like drums and energy to it, like towards the end and stuff, like it just came. You know,
that tends to happen. That tends to happen to a lot of our songs. You know, we just have them in the drafts, and then we back to them and eventually make them something that we didn't even intend to have in the first place.
I know. It's crazy. Or like if we already have like a song structure, like we have a complete song that we wrote like even before Reyes, was in the band or something, and then we bring it in and then we switch it up, or like we just change the whole like song, and it's not even the same song we had. Like Spoil Rotten Children, we didn't even have a second half. So like he said, so like it just came to life afterwards.
Yeah. Ferny, dog, you talk too much, bro. Calm down. Your mic is gonna break.
Bro, you need to drink some water. Your throat is dry, my dude.
I'm almost on my water.
So he's talking to
out right there real quick. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Wi-Fi or what?
No, that's
my Wi-Fi is messing up. I just set it to airplane mode and turned it off, and sometimes it works. I got McDonald's Wi-Fi.
So I know that you guys haven't been playing, and you obviously to record stuff and studio time. You guys need money to pay for the studio time. I know you guys have been selling merch. Can you talk a little bit about the merch you guys are selling?
Yeah. Well, like the merch is still in the process. All we have at the moment are shirts, and those are for like $20. Why? They're good quality shirts. They're like we've had shirts before. We've had merch before, and they've just been like Gildan or like those kinds of those kinds of shirts. But I think since this is like we released an album, we're like more out there now, so I feel like the fans deserve better quality stuff. So like I switched it up, and now we're more like new era kind of stuff. So everything's like new era, not even a flex. It's just what we want to give our fans. Best quality merch. So now it's like new era, but at the moment all we have are shirts. But we're currently waiting on like our hats and our beanies. Even if it's already getting a little warm, I still wear them at night. So hats and beanies and lanyards and a bunch of stuff. Surprise to you guys. Yesterday I made CDs, so that's a genuine reaction right there. I made CDs yesterday, so I gotta wait on those. Made about 50 of them, so we're gonna be selling those for 10 a piece. But yeah, pretty much the whole reason we're doing merch is so fans can have something, promote the new album, because it's all new album like era merch, and for future recordings and stuff like that as well.
And also
edition CDs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what? I there's a guy called what's this guy called?
Like, is he local?
Yeah, he's from El Centro. He wrote his album called Mi Cabecita Loca.
Oh no, I have no idea.
Oh, what's his name? I forget his name. But he sold tapes, cassettes. I don't know if you guys know what a cassette is.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. Like, there's like strangely making a comeback. I don't know if anyone's like noticed, but like modern artists are like selling cassette tapes for some reason.
And I don't even think they sound that good. I would rather buy a vinyl than a cassette.
Yeah.
Going back to the merch. I know during October, and I don't know if you wanna talk about it, Quintin, but I know you guys were selling for the Pink October, and you guys donated money to the Cancer Research Center of the Desert. Can you? And like I said, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but why is it important for you to kind of like donate and put this kind of stuff out there, like cancer and how about research and stuff like that?
I think that was just more of a personal reason more than anything, if I'm being honest. October is a very special month because breast cancer awareness and stuff. It's just more. It was just more personal, and I felt like I needed to help out in any way that I could. And I've always been interested ever since I was younger. I would like even at school we would have like these cool little like what do you call them? Like I don't know what you call them, but when like a bunch of like little booths are there, I forgot what you call that. And sometimes the breast cancer booths are there, and like the banks are there and stuff. So you go around and you get little like magnets and pens and stuff. So like a little fair.
Is it career day?
Yeah, like a career day, I guess. But it's like they're just literally there to like give pamphlets and sign up some lists and stuff. So yeah, but they're always there, so I would always be interested in helping, and I never really would like know how. So that one October, it just sort of hit me. I was like, hey, why don't we just sell shirts with just switch the logo pink? Because the year before that, we switched our logo pink, so we were like, well, why not just get that pink logo, just put it on a shirt, have people buy it, and then donate everything to like the research center or local research center, cancer one. So it was just more personal reason. I've dealt with that kind of stuff in my family. And I know a lot of people are dealt with that, in their families too. So it's just more to support people and show that we care, and especially here in the Valley, because we're like a Valley band too. So we like to help our community, just like our community helps us with everything else, with shows and buying our merch. So we give back. I thought it was just like a good idea.
Yeah, I thought it was
$1,000.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. The community really came in clutch, if I can say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a big chunk of money.
What was that?
The community really came through.
Yeah.
It came through. The community came through. Yeah, we got together.
So, are you guys, do you guys have any plans for, after the pandy is over?
Shows. It's like shows. Hopefully shows.
I would love to.
More music.
More
I think
music.
the fact that we want to play shows just for the sake of to play shows because we want to play live, because we like that adrenaline rush on stage. Yeah. I think that comes with it. But the main thing is just, if we're going to take this anywhere, we just have to kind of branch out like a lot more. So, I mean, it's kind of like desperate times right now that you just wish you could be out there playing shows and like traveling and stuff like that, that was our main goal last year. But it didn't happen because,
the pandemic.
Little vid happened, and yeah. So I mean, vid was like, nah, hold on. So we're like, all right, well, wait, not even that. We'll wait, bro.
The vid was like, no shows, and we were like, all right, vid album.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be back. I'm not even tripping. I'm like, you'll be back. We'll be back. But we will, So like, just waiting, I guess, at this point. Hopefully, if it's not this year, we'll try again next year. I mean, we're hopefully we'll still be here. I don't even know if I'm going to tomorrow. I always say that. But yeah, that's the goal. Just kind of branch out mainly, whether it's through shows or recording a new album somewhere else or anything else. Yeah. It's just more branching out and reaching out to other audiences too. So
yeah, definitely.
We just really need to like focus.
I'll go for it, Reyes.
Within basically. I'm sorry. I was just saying that we really need to focus on like the inside of the band. What we can do. Basically.
I was gonna say that I feel more excited for in the future wise. Well, after the pandemic, obviously, releasing more songs. New music, pretty much. I'm excited for that, as well as the shows.
Yes. New music is one of the big things that I'm really focused on right now, because I've been doing a lot of practicing and learning different drumming techniques. So it'd be cool to actually implement it into future projects.
What do you guys miss the most about being out there and playing live?
People.
Definitely.
People, they make everything even more fun. It's already fun being out there, but I think the reaction of strangers to our music, we get a bunch of people here in the Valley, mainly friends and family, and a couple new people here and there every now and then. Because again, the Valley, there's not a lot of people who are into our music, but they still support us because they're like, oh, it's a Valley band,
Exactly.
So they support us regardless, and we appreciate the support, either way. but I think it's just like the genuine reaction of people who don't know our music and don't know anything about us that I think is probably the coolest thing, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of being on stage and interacting with like the people in front of me. But then you get back into it, you get back into the show, and you kind of like you just forget. Before you know it, you're done. So yeah, like that feeling going down stage, having everyone tell you, "Oh, like that was awesome, you guys did great," and yeah, more so like people that don't know you and they're like, "Dude, like, who the fuck are you guys? You guys sound awesome. You guys this and that too." And yeah, it's just not so much being able to be on stage and just play again. I feel like when we do play again, it's gonna feel like the first time all over again. So
it's been so long.
Yeah, because it's been so long since we've actually played. So it just feels kind of like I'm like thinking, well, what if the time comes when we have a show again, we're gonna play, and I'm gonna be like, oh shit, like I feel like I've never done this before. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna feel like a fresh start, hopefully, and because I think we were doing good, but then we just kind of stopped. We completely stopped, and just kind of going back at it and play again on a consistent amount is kind of like what we look forward to after this whole thing blows over, and which is hopefully soon. I think everybody in the world hopes that this is over. I don't think anyone wants this to stay. Maybe kids, because they don't have to go to school like physically.
You know what? Surprisingly, I think kids are kind of bored of being at home as well. I have a 12-year-old son, and he doesn't like. Yeah, he's ready to go back to school. So yeah, I think kids are already like tired of this shit, and they just want to go, see people, to see their friends, and not have to. I mean, I know they like playing Warzone and whatnot, but but and I was thinking of you guys playing live and stuff like that. I don't know if any aspect of the whole playing live, like setting up or the drive, that you guys kind of like didn't like before. I'm sure that now that everybody's just, and I'm just putting myself in that mindset, like of being in a band and having to travel, having to set up, and having to do all these things, and probably not liking it before. And now that I've been sitting at home for almost a year now, I'm pretty sure you guys miss even like having to pick up all your equipment and having to drive 4 hours to concert or whatever. I'm sure that you're at that point where like you just want to do something.
Yeah, definitely. The drives. I think
definitely.
The drives from here, either it's from here to LA, or from here to Holtville, or from here to down the street. Like, nah, never mind. If it were down the street, it wouldn't be so special. But like when it comes to like the longer kind of trips, I think the drive, like you're on your way and you're thinking, all right, like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play already.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna play. So like, that's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. It is a fun feeling, and I think my favorite feeling was just coming straight out of work and then just going to a show.
Oh my god!
The Calexico Brewery show. Like I went to work that day and I came back from work and I was like playing in my like uniform. I was just like, just give me a sweater. I'll cover up this like Chuck E. Cheese like stuff.
You played at Riche's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine if you were the mascot.
Yeah. Oh my God. They came in the Chuck E. Cheese suit, like Chuck E. Cheese is playing the bass. Like that's funny.
I should have done it.
Like if I could take the suit, maybe. But it's hot in there.
At least the helmet, dude. Like the freaking
helmet.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that's a tall
one.
one.
You'd be promoting the shit out of Chuck E. Cheese, bro. So that's a win for them.
No shit.
Well, they gave me money.
So, I saw you guys took pictures with Sepulveda. What's his name? Was it
with Lee?
Lee, yeah.
Lee.
Lisa,
right. Oh, you cut that audio file, dude. Forget I did that, please.
So, are there any plans of like maybe like shooting a music video?
We've gotten hit up by a couple of people to do it, but like I think one of the main things that we've sort of just said is it's not a priority kind of thing because we have other things that we want to do as well. We do acknowledge it as a good opportunity to promote the album and stuff, and like just being open-minded to it. Like it could work, it could be fun. We don't know what it's like technically, so it's something we could consider. But at the moment, we're just sort of just hanging out and trying to work on music. But we have gotten offers for some, so probably something we could look forward to. But I guess we just got to talk about it like eventually.
Yeah, because it would be a good opportunity to kind of like spread the word, and because a lot of people, like if you share it on Facebook and stuff like that, like people will obviously like get to know more of you guys and hear your music and stuff like that. I mean, just
I think it's just really thinking about which song it would be, like what song deserves it, and then it's like what would it be about? You know what I mean? Because if you guys just want to watch us be dumb, we'll just post a bunch of compilations of us being dumb. Because we do a lot of random funny stuff.
Yep.
When we're together. So it's just like, if you want that to be a music video, we'll just put it in like the saddest song that we could ever come up with. And it's just a bunch of us being stupid and jumping around. And it's just like, what, like if that's what you guys want, we'll just post videos, but it's really a thought process. It's a thought process. We don't know what's
and last night when I was listening to I Like It, I could see that song becoming like a kind of like a Blink-182 video. How they, I don't know, Blink-182 is always like stupidly funny, like their videos were like super funny, and I could see that song becoming like a Blink-182-ish video, especially like the later, like the what was that one when they were doing a parody of Backstreet Boys and all
the things.
Yeah
like that's the thing though. It's just figuring out what it would be, which song and stuff. I don't know, Richie, did it look like you want to say something?
No, I got a text on my laptop and I heard like a loud ass ding. I didn't want it to like interrupt or anything.
Oh no. But yeah, it's a thought process.
It did hurt my ears.
Oh, you heard it? Shit.
Yeah,
Your phone?
I heard it too.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
So anything else that you guys would like to add? We were almost at an hour now, so any closing thoughts?
Just want to say thank you to all my haters, all my doubters, everybody that doubted me. Look where I'm at right now, dude. It's like, where are you right now? You're still,
it's like you're in your room with your white walls.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that.
White closet.
I guess final thoughts, would be, let's hope all this shit blows over with and we can just get back to normal and do more than we were doing before. Hopefully everyone still stays, not stays at home, but just kind of stops being a little bit reckless, stops being really reckless so this can go away really soon. Because, a lot of people want to go back to work and stuff. And we want to go back to work too, man. So officially go back to work. And yeah,
just
that was more a filler. That was more a filler than final thoughts, but I'll take it.
It's just everybody stay safe. We hope that people continue to support us and keep up with us and stuff, because we try. Especially now, we're going to try to be more active and more out there with people and stuff. We got a lot of new stuff coming up, and we feel like people are going to love it. So it's just a matter of time. So we really hope people just stick with us for a little while and, enjoy our stuff and buy our merch because we need money.
Use code SWEET.
Yeah. Use code SWEET at
There's no code. There's no code. Don't call me on that.
There's no code. You just got to message us and we'll be like, here you go. If we like you, you get a $10 discount. Just because
whoa.
Imagine that's how it worked.
I know.
Damn.
Yeah, we're not biased. Everybody do the same thing. Family or friends. You support us, we love you.
Ferny, Reyes, any closing thoughts?
Ferny, final
Closing
thoughts. You go
thoughts,
first.
man. You just got to be patient,
And
and a lot of good things are gonna come.
Yeah, for sure.
Excited.
Well, my closing thoughts. If everything goes according to plan, once all this is over, if we keep our heads in, just be expecting big things from Sweet Orange. That's it.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, can you tell us your social media so that people can, go follow you and stuff like that?
Oh my God, the social media.
Sweet orange one or personal?
Both.
Want to get our personal?
I mean, if you guys want to.
You guys want my Insta? Or what?
Wow. Reyes already
I want my Insta. Reyes, freaking dropped.
Time to go public again.
Time to go public. Yeah, on pretty much anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. You can find us at Sweet Orange Band, like Sweet Orange Band all together. On Facebook, it's official Sweet Orange. So we don't have Snapchat, so we're good. That's it. Sweet Orange Band.
Sweet Orange Band. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much again for spending this time. I really appreciate talking to you guys. Like I was telling you, I was talking to Richard Brown from the Calexico Chronicle, I was telling him that I really enjoyed talking to you guys. You're always really genuine and really fun to talk to. I really enjoy your music. Like I told before, and nothing but luck for this hopefully 2021's. I know it started a little bit rough last week, but hopefully it turns out better to not only to you guys but everybody out there. But yeah, nothing but luck for you guys. Can't wait to see you live again soon. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
Richard Brown. Thanks, Richard, for the article.
Yeah.
So, awesome. Thank you so much. It was really fun.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening or watching. Make sure to stay safe, wear your face mask, social distance, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you.